Welcome to Unwind Wednesday. I'm Kayla and I'm so happy you're here. This is episode 1 of what I like to be a series where we meet on Wednesdays to relax, recharge, and reflect. This will be done through calming meditation, the mat Pilates session, and then if you hang around for the end, there might be a little surprise. So whether it's wine or tea that we're sharing, journaling at the end, or maybe even a special guest that'll join, it'll always be something just to make sure we end on the lightest, happiest note possible and conclude the evening. Consider this your own personal wellness retreat from literally anywhere, even a studio apartment like me. All you need is a mat, a quiet space, and an open mind. Movement is essential to keeping our bodies healthy, and Pilates is a great system that's been around for many years. Some of the benefits include strengthening the powerhouse abdominal muscles, increasing our mobility, improved posture, balance, and coordination. The core principles of Pilates include breath, concentration, control, precision, and flow. Now that you've heard a little educational lesson here, let's come down to a lying position on our backs. Lie with your legs extended out on the mat, arms pressing into the mat on your side, and we'll begin our meditation. Tune everything out for the next 20-something minutes that we have together. With your back long on your mat, spine pressing into the mat, feel really grounded here as we start our meditation and take some deep breaths. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Closing your eyes, taking those deep breaths in. Long exhale, letting all of that air out of your mouth. Let's take a few minutes to check in with ourselves before we get started. How are you feeling today? What do you need from this practice? With each inhale, feel your belly expand as your lungs fill up with air. And with each exhale, let go of any tension that you're feeling in your body. Keep your eyes closed and maintain your breath here. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. In All About Love by Bell Hooks, she says in this book, one of the best guides to how to be self-loving is to give ourselves the love we are often dreaming about receiving from others. Consider this your reminder that no matter your age, gender, race, religion, that self-love is a practice that anyone can and should have. Maintain your breath and think about how you showed up for yourself today. Or how can I show up better for myself tomorrow? Let's take one more cycle of breath. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope each breath there brought you a sense of calm to your body and your mind. Let's open our eyes and begin. Bring your feet into a flat position on your mat, knees are up toward the ceiling, and begin to windshield wipe side to side. As you maintain your breath here, you can think about that awesome meditation or what you're going to eat for dinner after this, what may be in the oven. I know I have some chicken wings waiting for me. And then bring your legs toward the ceiling, hands pressing in, and then we're gonna just maintain our breath and lift your hips up toward the ceiling. Slowly come down one vertebra at a time, letting your spine hit the mat. Inhale again as you lift. Exhale, come down one vertebra at a time. Do you see how my hands are pressing into the mat? Maintain that position for support as you're doing this. Keep going, feet stay flat. You're trying to lift your hips just a little bit higher, each pelvic lift here coming off the ground. Hold your hips up, and then we're going to extend our right leg up toward the ceiling and tap that right foot down toward the ground, keeping your spine in this neutral position, trying to keep your hips down, squeezing through the core here as you tap, and then bend the knee in and then tap the toe, keeping the knee bent in towards your chest here. Hands are still on the mat, bringing the knee up. From here, let's place the right foot down and switch feet. Left leg comes toward the ceiling, extended, and we're going back into the taps. Now maintain your breath here. I know it's easy to kind of lose control or it's a lot of moving parts, but keep your abdominals contracted this entire time. Place the left foot down and then we're tapping as we bring the knee in towards our chest. Nice job, nice job. I'm sure if you're watching, you're working. Nice job. And from here, roll down one vertebra at a time. Take a deep inhale and then curl up to your Pilates curl. Shoulders are off and we transition to one leg stretch. Bring both hands to our knee as we switch, keeping our shoulder blades off the ground here. Knee is coming in toward the chest. The inside hand goes towards the knee and then you're switching. Good. Maintain your breath here. The core is engaged. Inhale as you extend. Exhale as you switch. Awesome job. Let's go ahead, bring the knees in. Hug yourself side to side, kind of going into little mini windshield wipers here as we prepare for the next thing. Maybe curl up and just give yourself a nice hug. Windshield wipe those legs side to side, keeping the spine nice and warm for our next exercise. And then extend your legs out all the way out long across your mat. Take a deep inhale and then we're going to come up into our Pilates curl. Gazes up towards your belly button. Bring your knees into a tabletop position. Come up a little bit further and begin to pump your hands toward the mat. Keep going. You want to inhale for 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is our Pilates 100 here. We're squeezing everything through the midline of our body. The legs are squeezed together. You're trying to keep your gaze up towards your belly button the entire time. Now, if you're doing this at home and you're feeling tension in your neck, option to lay your head down onto the mat. Or if you want to add a little bit of challenge, you can extend your legs out like I've done here, bringing your feet toward the ceiling. You want to keep the feet squeezed together, the inner thighs are squeezed together, and you're pumping those hands like you have a drum underneath you. Maintain that breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. And lower your head, neck, and shoulders. Arms come down, legs are down. Take a deep breath. Roll your wrist out. If you're like, oh, Kayla, that was a lot, girl. What's going on? Those abs are going on, okay? They're working. They're doing what they need to do. Here, roll your feet out, your wrists, your ankles. Do what you need to do. I know I felt a nice little tendon pop there. That was so good of a stretch. And then from here, hands come towards your ceiling. Feet come out on the mat. Curl your chin in towards your chest and roll up to the top of your mat and dive for your toes here. Now, what's important is you want to keep your belly button tucked into a rounded position here. So round first and then come down. Slow and controlled, one vertebra at a time. Hands come up toward the ceiling. This is our roll up. You want to make sure these are nice and controlled. Really get that spinal stretch here as you're reaching for your toes, diving down, and then come up one vertebra at a time. Tuck the belly button as you roll back onto your spine as it comes down onto the mat here. Hands stay toward the ceiling. You want to tuck your chin toward your chest each time you're coming into this roll up position here. Maintaining your breath. Now, this is another great core exercise, but also for that spinal mobility, we're really working it, especially the thoracic spine. When we say the C curve of our spine, I'm going to really emphasize the rounding here. So look for the little shape on the screen. This is what I mean when we say hold that position, and then as you begin to come up one vertebra at a time, try to maintain that curve as you tuck down, coming back onto your mat. Hold at the tips of your shoulders, bring your right leg up toward the ceiling, and we're going to pulse our leg 2 times toward nose to knee here. Inhale and switch, exhale. Keep going. You're pulsing the leg twice towards you, trying to really keep it extended. I clearly am working on my flexibility, trying to keep my leg extended as much as possible. I have that magic circle in the back left corner there where I try to stretch it out, but this is really going to increase your flexibility here. Try to stay nice and curled up, bring the legs together, and come all the way down onto your mat. Nice job. Take a deep breath. I know, we started off real strong with core. However, I want you to take these few breaths, maintain them as you bring your legs into the tabletop position and begin to windshield wipe your legs side to side. Core is a huge part of Pilates, and so you're doing it, you're building your fundamentals today and keeping it engaged the entire time here. Last few breaths, and then we'll move into the next exercise. Keeping your legs in tabletop position, come up into your Pilates curl and bring your hands to the sides of about your ankles. You're going to extend your legs out and arms out and then sweep everything all the way in, bending your knees in towards your chest. See how my shoulders, I'm at the tips of my shoulder blades. You want to stay here, keeping your gaze down towards your belly button the entire time. Inhale as you extend out, exhale as you sweep everything all the way into your midline. Keep going here, good job. Squeezing the legs together the entire time, and then you can extend your legs out to the sides of your mat, and then we're going to transition into our next exercise. Feet flex towards you, hands come to the ceiling. Inhale, bring that chin up towards your chest and come into almost a roll-up position, rolling forward. Now, the difference here is we're going to really maintain a straight back, and I want you to envision a paper that is on a table that you're sliding right across. As you come up, really straighten out your back, keeping your shoulders right in line with your arms. Pushing that paper out, you're gonna round a little bit forward and then squeeze, come all the way to the top. Getting taller each time you're coming all the way, stacking one vertebra at a time, working our thoracic spine here. When I say get taller, I want you to picture yourself doing this against a wall where you're having to come up into a flat back and your shoulders are coming pressed against the wall behind you. Getting nice and tall each rep here. Place your hands down onto the mat and let's turn over onto our stomachs. You're going to leave your hands into almost a cobra position, feet out long, squeeze together, and then from here, we're going to lift our chests off the mat, keeping our necks down, gazes toward the top of your mat, and exhale as you come all the way down. The goal here is to work our spinal extensions. We want to try to keep our necks long, avoiding any creasing as we're doing so. That includes lifting the chest, squeezing through the core, and exhale coming all the way down, maintaining all those components the entire exercise. And then let's come over onto our right side. We're going to lay down with our legs one stacked on top of the other, and then you're going to kick the top leg out in front, forward, and backward. Maintain your breath here. It helps to bring your legs into almost like a diagonal where the toes are at the top of the corner of the mat and you are kicking and pointing the toe at the same time. Maintaining your breath here. Keep going. Pointing that toe. I like to think of this as the ballerina pose. Place the leg down and then let's move to up downs. I know this looks easy, but baby, the glutes are gluting, okay? Keep going here, squeezing through as you're lifting each time. Yeah, this is where I'm really starting to feel it. I just did Pilates, a class right before this, and so keep going though, because what do? Persevere. This is why I love some mat Pilates. From here, let's turn over onto all fours, and then we're just gonna stretch out for a quick sec. So coming on our hands and our knees, let's do some cat-cows, working our spine. Maintain your breath here as you do this. Then we're gonna go to donkey kicks, kicking the leg out, up toward the ceiling. Trying to keep your knee hovered over the mat, not necessarily tapping, but coming up and down. And then place that knee down, and we're going to switch to fire hydrants, taking the knee out to the side. Inhale, lift, exhale, and lower. See that little pause there? It's because I'm feeling it, and I hope you are too. All right, y'all, now what we do on one side, we must do on the other. So let's turn on over to our opposite side. Forearm comes down, and then that toe, while it's out of the camera, best believe it is pointed. And we're doing kicks forward and back. Forward and back. Keep your leg hovered over. I know it's hard to resist wanting to place it down. Take a quick break, but we're almost there. We're almost there. Look at my face. Does yours look like that? I'm telling you, mat Pilates is a little underestimated here. And from here, we're doing up downs. Keeping that foot hover, we're going up toward the ceiling and back down. Try not to touch the foot all the way down. You're keeping the glute engaged, squeezing it as you lift, control to lower. And we're back on all fours. Let's go into donkey kicks. Bringing the leg up toward the ceiling, keeping it at a 90-degree angle. We're going up and down. The glute is engaged, and if you're not feeling it, try to lift your leg a little bit higher if you can. And you know what's next. Let's take the knee out to the side and come down to the mat. Maintaining your breath here. The glute is definitely engaged at this point, and if it's not, I don't know what to tell you. No, I'm just kidding. If you need any help or questions, message me for sure. Let's come down into lying position on our stomachs. And we're on our stomachs. Extend your arms out and legs out and begin to flutter for swimming. Keep going, keeping your body elongated, keeping your neck down, avoiding any creasing here. Maintain your breath. Almost there. And come all the way down. Good. Push yourself back into a child's pose position, and let's get a nice spinal stretch here. Maintaining your breath, pushing your hands out a little bit further for an even deeper stretch. As we conclude today's Unwind Wednesday, I would like to end with a glass of vino. Cheers. I'm about to go eat dinner, so this will pair nicely with what I have in the oven that's waiting for me. But in the meantime, while I wait for my timer to go off, I did pull my self-love card that I wanted to share with you all, and we can end on a meditation and affirmation with each other, if that's okay. So these are from We're Not Really Strangers, the self-love edition. And every now and then when I'm journaling, I like to pull these cards as a way to just give me a nice prompt. And so this card for today says, when was the last time I earned my own respect? Explain. So if you need to pause for a second, you want to go grab your journal, go grab your glass of wine. Cheers. Let's talk about it. When was the last time I earned my own respect? Explain. I'll go first. Last week when I did have to leave my job, not have to, but by choice, you get to a point where you realize the disrespect in certain in certain situations. And even when you're not honoring your own boundaries, you know, speaking up for yourself about the things that you know you want, whether it's job-wise, relationship-wise, speaking up to friends, you know, having hard conversations. I know it's so tough. It is so tough, and we talk about it a lot. There's tons of TikToks on it, psychologists sharing, you know, how can we navigate those discussions? It's really hard, but you have to have self-respect in order to build your own confidence. You know, I think it wasn't easy, my decision last week. However, I feel confident that I'm going to be okay, and it's made me feel even better that, you know, about what's to come. You know, what's to come, and even though it's not certain. And so as you think about the question, I'm going to say it one more time. When was the last time I earned my own respect? Explain. I think that's a really great journal prompt that ties really nicely with the quote that I said from Bell Hooks earlier, where she mentions, you know, about dreaming of the love that we want and desire and making it happen for ourselves. Now, I ain't gonna hold you. I personally, I crave partnership. I desire that. However, there's so much also fulfillment in giving myself the things that I want and I desire, making hard decisions for myself in my life. I'm happy I don't have kids right now, because maybe that would be a lot different and look a lot different. However, I will say there's still a level of respect that you can always keep, always hold within you. And let's cheers to our first Unwind Wednesday, whether it's wine, water, tea you're drinking, whatever it is. It's truly a celebration that it's Wednesday. We're halfway through the week. I hope that this was recharging for you. I hope you feel really just relaxed and ready to take on the next 2 days of the week. I will be here next Wednesday, so please like this video, comment your thoughts, and also subscribe if you feel so inclined. And I'll see you all next week. Cheers.